Good morning, everyone. I, Mahendra Srivastav, is pleased to very warm welcome to today's session. Our today's webinar topic is applications and importance of definite integral. I would like to start today's event by inviting Pankaj Chaurasia from BBA second semester, and he will give the today's introduction speech. Pankaj, please proceed and sharing
Good
your
morning,
views.
sir. Good morning, sir, and
Good
my dear
morning.
friends. This is Pankaj from BBA second semester. A definite integral is a formal calculation of area beneath a function. Using stripes of the region, integral may represent the area of region, the accumulated value of functions changing over time, or the quantity of an item given by its density. They were first introduced by 17th century mathematician Isaac Newton and Gottfried Leibniz, who independently developed their own system of integration. The modern notation follows from Leibniz. Notes the given real values function f and the real number a less than b. The definite integral is written as integration of a to b functions f of x dx. Definite integrals are useful in economic, financial, physics, and engineering. For instance, marginal cost equals to cost, income rate equals to total income, velocity equals to distance, and density equals to volume. Definite integrals are also used to perform operational functions, calculating area, length, line integral, surface integrals are examples of definite integral generalized setting. Thank you.
Thank you for this lovely introduction. Thank you for this lovely introduction. Now I would like to invite our first speaker, Asifa, from BBA second semester, to start her presentation. Asifa, please proceed and sharing your views.
Good morning. I'm Ashifa from second semester. Here's my presentation. First slide, definition of definite integral. A definite integral is an integral with upper and lower limit. A definite integral has start and end values. In other words, there is an interval a and b. We can see in the figure. With the help of definite integral, we can find the area of this curve fx, where a and b are its boundaries. Next, symbol of definite integral. We can see that the symbol of integral, which is also called s, with lower and upper limit. B is a upper limit of integration and a is the lower limit of integration. Fx is an integrand and x is a variable of integration. Next slide, properties of definite integral. First property is the definite integral of 1 is equal to the length of the interval of integration. Second property is a constant factor can be moved across the integral sign. Third property, the definite integral of the sum of two functions is equal to the sum of the integral of these functions. Fourth property is the definite integral of the difference of two functions is equal to the difference of the integrals of these functions. Fifth property is if the upper and lower limits of a definite integral are the same, the integral is zero. And the last property is reversing the limits of integration changes the sign of the definite integral. Next slide is an example of definite integral. Here is an example with integral 1 to 2 3x square plus 1 dx. So here's the solution. In the first step, we use the third property of definite integral, which is the definite integral of the sum of two functions is equal to the sum of the integrals of these functions. Here, our second step, we get 3 integration 1 to 2 x squared dx plus integration 1 to 2 dx. In this step, we use the second property of definite integral, that is, a constant factor can be moved across the integral sign. Then in the third step, we know that the integration of x square is x cubed by 3 and the constant 1 is x. Then we put the upper limit and lower limit, which is 2 and 1, and then simplifying it, we will get our answer, that is 8. Thank you.
Thank you, Asifa, for your wonderful views. Again, I would like to invite our second speaker, Kundan Kumar Rai of BBA second semester, to start his presentation. Kundan, please proceed and sharing your views.
Thank you, sir. I'm Kundan Kumar Rai from BBA second semester, and I'm going to represent my PPT file. First is definition of integrals. First point, in mathematics, an integral assigns number to function in a way that can describe displacement, area, volume, and other concepts that arise by combining infinitesimal data. Integration is one of the two main operations of calculus. Its inverse operation, differentiation, is the other, given a function f of a real variable x and an interval ab of the real line and the definite integral. Second slide. History of pre-calculus integration. First point. The first document systematic technique capable of determining integrals is the method of exhaustion of the ancient Greek astronomer Eudoxus, which sought to find areas and volumes by breaking them up into an infinite number of divisions of which the area or volume was known. Second point, Leibniz and Newton. The major advance in integration came in the 17th century with the independent discovery of fundamental theorem of calculus by Leibniz and Newton. Third point, formalization. While Newton and Leibniz provide a systematic approach to integration, their work lacked a degree of rigor which Becquerel memorably attacked the visions and film used by the Newton, calling the ghosts of departed quantities. Historic notion. The historic notion for the indefinite integral was introduced by Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz in 1675. He adapted the integral symbol sigma from the letter S, stand for sum.
Hello, Kundan. Your
Yes, sir.
PPT is not visible. You again share and then proceed. Okay, now visible. Okay. You proceed.
Fifth point, first use of the term. The term was first printed in Latin in 1690. In all that there is still only the first part of n, Leibniz calculus, consisting in going down from integral quantities to their infinitely small differences and in comparing between one another, those infinitely small of any possible sort. This is what is called differential calculus. Second slide, applications. Integrals are used extensively in many areas of mathematics as well as in many other areas that rely on mathematics. For example, in probability theory, integrals are used to determine the probability of some random variable falling within a certain range. Moreover, the integral under an entire probability density function must equal 1, which provides a test of whether a function with no negative values could be a density function or not. Terminology and notion. Standard. The integral sign sigma represents integration. The symbol dx, called the differential of the variable x, indicates that the variable of integration is x. The function fx to be integrated is called
Hello?
the
Uh,
integrand.
Okay. Proceed.
Okay, sir. Another point, meaning of the symbol dx. Historically, the symbol dx was taken to represent an infinitesimally small piece of the independent variable x to multiplied by the integrand and summed up in an infinite sense. Variants. In modern Arabic mathematical notion, a reflected integral symbol sigma is used instead of the symbol s. Since the Arabic script and mathematical expressions go right to left. Properties. Linearity. The collection of Riemann integrable function on a closed interval forms a vector space. A vector space is a collection of objects called vectors, which may be added together and multiplied by number called scalars. Inequalities. A number of general inequalities hold of Riemann integrable functions define a closed and bounded interval and can be generalized to other notions of integral. Convections. In the section f is a real value Riemann integrable function. The integral over an interval is defined if a is less than b. This means that the upper and lower sum of the function f are evaluated on a partition whose value x are increasing. Geometrically, this signifies that integration takes place left to right, evaluating f within intervals, where an interval with a higher index lies to the right of one with a lower index. Now, it is done, so thank you.
Okay. Thank you for this lovely introduction. Now I would like to invite Gunjan Sharma of BBA second semester for giving the concluding remarks. Gunjan, please proceed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for providing me the opportunity to conclude this session. Good morning, everyone. It has been an honor to be among such accomplished individual and to be able to present my perspective before you all. It is being properly structured from the words of Pankaj that a definite integral is characterized by upper and lower limits. Moreover, the reason why it is called definite is because it provides a definite answer at the end of the problem. It was aptly noted from both the presentations of Asifa and Kundan that definite integrals are useful in economics, finance, physics, and engineering. For instance, marginal cost accrues to cost, income rates accrues to total income, velocity accrues to distance and density accrues to volume. Definite integrals are also used to perform operations on functions like calculating arc length, volumes, surface areas, and more. It gives the area under a curve between the limits of the integral. However, it's not the algebraic area but the geometrical area. Area below the x-axis will be considered negative and above the x-axis as positive. So done.
Thank you. Thank you, Gunjan, for this lovely introduction, for this lovely concluding remarks. And thank you to all the speakers for sharing your views. And thanks to you for joining us. Finally, I want to thank the principal sir, coordinator madam, teachers, organizing teams, and students for participating in this webinar. Thank you to all.